So today we can go to the some property of the X-ray spectra. So what is an X-ray spectra? What is the actual process happening when an X-ray is produced? So today we can learn about X-ray spectra. So before that, first we have to learn what is an X-ray. Then we can go for the X-ray spectra, the actual outcome or the actual characteristic of an X-ray spectrum. You can, it is well known that in 1895, William Röntgen accidentally detected some highly penetrating radiations were detected in 1895 by this William Röntgen, and it was called as X-rays. And it is able to, these X-rays or these unknown radiations are able to penetrate through matter. So for this discovery we got the first Nobel Prize in Physics in 1901. So the first Nobel Prize was given for this invention, that is the invention of these X-rays. So how X-rays were produced? So you can see that the X-rays were produced by the fast and energetic electrons when they approaches a target. You can see that the electrons can be produced, fast moving electrons can be produced when photons hit a metal. That is known as the photoelectric effect, that is Einstein discovered, that the photoelectric effect. Then when a photon is hit in a target or in a metal, then we can see that highly energetic electrons were produced, that is the photoelectric effect. Like that here, the fast moving highly energetic electrons can produce photons. So the X-rays are actually photons, or it is actually the electromagnetic radiations. So the fast moving electrons and highly energetic electrons, when approaches a target, it can be any element, and when this charged electrons approaches a nucleus of an atom or a positively charged matter or the nucleus, it will lose its energy, and this it will give up its energy. The high energetic electrons will give up its energy, and this energy will come out in the form of a photon. So the complete energy of the electrons will transfer into the, or the energy of the electron is transferred into the energy of a photon. So this type of X-rays or these rays are also known as Bremsstrahlung radiations. Radiations. And it is actually known as breaking radiations. It is known as, this meaning of this Bremsstrahlung is breaking radiations, and we can see that the fast moving highly energetic electron will stop after it loses its energy. So the electrons will gradually come into rest after it loses the energy. So these fast moving electrons come into rest, that is, there is a breaking up of the movement or the energy movement of these electrons. That is why it is known as Bremsstrahlung radiations. And this output or the photons emitted will actually having the energy of these electrons. So you can see that the X-rays are having just below the energy of the gamma rays in the electromagnetic spectrum, and these X-rays were able to penetrate through matter, and it is having highly penetrating power, and it is having high energy, that is in the electromagnetic spectrum. The frequency, as increasing order of frequency, it's from radio wave to gamma rays, visible, ultraviolet, X-rays and gamma rays. So X-rays are having high energy and it is having high frequency just below the gamma rays. So the frequency or the energy of the or wavelength is very less for X-rays, and the wavelength is ranges from the radiations of 0.01 nanometer to 10 nanometer comes under the category of X-rays. That means it is having very low wavelength. That means it is having high frequency and high energy. And the wavelength, faster the electrons or the more energy is having the electrons, the photons also will have high energy. So the bremsstrahlung radiations are actually the X-rays produced by the fast moving electrons and highly energetic electrons when hit or when passing through or when hit some target materials, and when it passes nearby the nucleus or when it hit the nucleus, so it will lose its energy and this energy will automatically convert it into photons. That is the way of production of X-rays. Wavelength, the wavelength of the minimum wavelength. The wavelength of the X-ray produced is depending upon the energy of the electrons. But the energy of the electron is depending upon the potential difference we are applying for this electron to accelerate. Usually electrons are accelerating electrons are used. We are using accelerating electrons having high energy. So we are maintaining some potential difference across some cathode and anode. So depending upon the potential difference we are maintaining, if we are maintaining high potential difference means the electrons will have high energy. Then thereby the photons emitted will also will have high energy. So the minimum wavelength that can be produced is, for a particular voltage, we can be written as lambda minimum is, which is equal to 1.24 into 10 raised to minus 6 by V. This much meter, the lambda minimum is this much meter. So as the potential is increases, the potential is increasing, the kinetic energy of or the electrons is moving faster, that is the electrons are having high energy, so that will directly transferred into the photons energy. So energy of the photons will be high, that frequency of the photon is high, but that means the wavelength of the photons will be very low. So there should be, for a particular voltage, we will have a particular lambda minimum or wavelength minimum. So we will not get a wavelength less than this wavelength. When we increase this voltage further, we will not get again a lesser lambda. This is the minimum lambda that can be produced. So further increase of the potential will not affect the lambda. So the minimum value of lambda that can be produced is 1.24 into 10 raised to minus 6 by V. So whatever may be the target, either we can use tungsten, otherwise we can use molybdenum, etc. We can use as a target material. So whatever may be the target, there may be a difference between the electron, this lambda or the energy of the photon depending upon the target materials. Since the nucleus is having different atomic number or different positive charges depending upon the materials. So the lambda may vary depending upon the atomic number of the target nucleus, but there will be a minimum. But this lambda will be a constant constant irrespective of the target. Whether it is molybdenum, whether it is tungsten, there is no difference in the lambda minimum. So we can see that the X-rays are broad and continuous spectrum, are usually broad and continuous. So you can see that. Here this is the wavelength. The intensity, relative intensity. So we can see that this is for a tungsten. The pattern and drawing is for tungsten, or a general we can write here. Then as the potential increases, as V increases, we will get minimum lambda. That means as potential increases, we will get maximum energy. For next, it will be like this. It will shift it a little bit. So when we further increase the potential, there will not be much change in the wavelength. That is the wavelength mean here you can see this is shifting from here to here shifting, here to here shifting, but as we increases the energy further or the potential further, so this is for minimum potential 20 kilowatt, say something like that. This is some 30 kilowatt for 30 kilowatt electrons, or the potential is 30 kilowatt. This is some 40 kilowatt, this is some 50 kilowatt. So you can see that as we are increasing the V further, there will not be any change in the wavelength. That means the intensity will increase, the number of photons will increase, but the intensity will increase, but there is no change in the wavelength. The lambda minimum, here you can see this is the lambda minimum for the particular case. This will be the lambda minimum. So we will not get more energetic photons when we are increasing the potential further, but the number of photons may increase. That is why the intensity of the radiations is increasing. So this is a general aspect here. So this is a broad continuous spectrum you are getting actually for X-rays. But in some cases, especially for molybdenum etc., there is a different pigment. For certain materials, you can see that the pattern is entirely different from the theoretical value or what we are expecting.